This
Recording.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Check your drives as well. So if any other issue, let's discuss. But I came to know the admin said like he has shared everything. Okay. So in the softwares which I have shared, you might be seeing Oracle XE. Okay. Oracle XE. Please try to install it. Okay. Try to install that so that you can create a tables in the database. Okay. So today your task is, this is today's task for you guys. Okay, parallel if you want to do, okay, you can do now itself, but if not, try to install the database. And during installation, it will be asking for password. Okay, give that password. This is during installation. Okay, let me share my screen. I'm just sharing like that. Okay, yeah, give that password and remember that password. Give the password which you like, but try to remember it. Again, resetting becomes again it is a big process. So what you can do is, during installation, somewhere after 3 to 4 next, it will be asking the password. Try to give that password, try to remember or note down somewhere. Okay, after installing, if you want to check whether your database is working or not, what you can do is Windows R. Go to your Windows R. Press Windows icon, R icon at a time. Okay, and try to write it as SQL plus. See, after installing, these steps are after installing, you will be verifying whether it is properly installed or not. So for that reason, try to click Windows icon, R icon at a time. Try to click on OK. Then this will appear, and this is the location where I have installed my database. Okay, so you might be getting your own path. Okay, so you no need to go manually, just a Windows R at a time. If you press, it will display. Just write down SQL plus, that's all. If you click on OK, automatically it opens. So here in my case, in everybody's case, the username will not differ. Okay, username will be same. Okay, see,
Are
password,
you
I
record?
whatever the
Are you recording?
yes, I
Okay.
I'm recording. Okay, so you can write it as, you first try to connect it to the database. So this indicates your database is working properly. Okay, so why? Because we are assuming in our flows, I am assuming my target system as database. So that is the reason, as it is a prerequisite, I am setting everything. Okay, and after connecting to this, try to see whether any tables are there or not. Otherwise, try to create some tables, some table. Okay, some table. So for example, I have employee table. As far as I know, yes, employee table is there. So many records are also there. Almost 142 records are there. Okay, 142 records. Okay, so seeing in this way looks like clumsy. See, we cannot like this, it is difficult to see. So what we can do is, even though here also we can see what all the tables are there, if not we can create the table. We can create the table and we can see it. But the best thing what I suggest is, just try to install SQL developer. Okay, if you have credentials, you can install that. Not installing, just downloading the SQL developer, so that what happens is like, the look and feel will be good. The look and feel, SQL developer means just it is a tool. From this tool we can connect to our database, and our look and feel will be something like very good. We can create our tables, we can see what all the records are there. See, the doing in command prompt is something black and everything, so it is black. So it is something like, for checking the record, it is looking like clumsy. So what I'm trying to do is, instead of this SQL plus, I have downloaded SQL developer. Okay,
I have
and
I have MySQL Workbench. That should work, right?
Yeah, that is also fine. But while you are doing your whatever the software I have shared na, in that software you have two jars. One is related to OJDBC, one is SQL. Okay, so anything is fine. If you are okay, then it is fine. So in my case, I'm giving the connection again. See, Oracle database, Oracle XE connection. Just I'm giving it as Oracle Galaxy and try to give your username here. Okay, and try to test the connection first. This is nothing. See, black and white screen is also good. SQL developer is also fine. Anything is fine. But I prefer to go this way because this is something like it will be helpful. It will be like neat. See, I am connecting. Okay. Now it gets opened. Freshers, don't confuse. Oracle సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అనేది సపరేట్, అది ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకోండి. మీరు ఈ బ్లాక్ స్క్రీన్ ద్వారా అయినా చేసుకోవచ్చు, లేదా ఎస్క్యూఎల్ డెవలపర్ మీరు పెట్టుకొని అక్కడ కనెక్షన్ ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, ఇది ఇక్కడ నీట్గా ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు మనం సెలెక్ట్ చేసామనుకోండి, ఇఫ్ వీఆర్ సెలెక్టింగ్ మీన్స్ ఇట్ విల్ బి లైక్ నీట్. ద సేమ్ థింగ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఐ హ్యావ్ డన్ ఇన్ దట్ బ్లాక్ స్క్రీన్, ద సేమ్ థింగ్ హియర్ ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్. దట్స్ ఆల్. See, I'm trying to just run this query. చూడండి, this is free. See, this is looking like a very good. This is looking like very good. మనకు అంత నీట్గా ఉంటుంది దీనికన్నా కూడా. అందుకని జస్ట్ కనెక్టివిటీ యూ కెన్ చెక్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ద బ్లాక్ స్క్రీన్. బట్ ఫర్ visual thing, better to download SQL developer. Just establish the connection after your installation of Oracle database. Here I have already created employee table, so that is the reason you could able to see this. Okay, so what about some people may not be knowing the creating the table. What I will do, I'll try to give that query. Employee నేను క్వెరీ ఇస్తాను, చాలా మందికి తెలియకపోవచ్చు. ఓకే, you need to create table first. So in my thing it is getting in this way. ఇంత మొత్తం కూడా అవసరం లేదు. For creating a table, this much story is not required. Directly you can keep like create a table emp. నేను ఇది I will enhance and I will give you, so that you can keep the same query. మీరు రన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. All this thing you can, it is not required. Just మనం ఒక టేబుల్ ని క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాము. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్. varchar bytes ఏమీ అవసరం లేదు. జస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ కీపింగ్ ఎనీ ప్రైమరీ కీస్. ఓకే, సో ఇది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద క్వెరీ. సి, ఆల్రెడీ ఐ హ్యావ్ ఈఎంపి. నా దాంట్లో ఆల్రెడీ ఈఎంపి అనేది ఉంది. సో ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు డిస్టర్బ్ దిస్. మీకోసం, ఫర్ యువర్ సేక్, ఐ విల్ ట్రై టు క్రియేట్ one more. So some people might not be knowing how the table needs to be created. Okay, employee underscore test. I'm keeping the name as employee underscore test. Okay, this query I'm keeping it in your unandi. Okay, this query, try to, after installing your database, try to run this query. ఓకే, మీ దాంట్లో మీరు రన్ చేయండి. నేను ఆల్రెడీ చాట్లో పెట్టాను. ఓకే, సో అసలు మామూలుగా ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు, ఇది నాకు ఆల్రెడీ ద టేబుల్ ఈస్ దేర్. ఐఎమ్ ట్రయింగ్ టు సీ ద రికార్డ్స్. ఇఫ్ టేబుల్ ఈస్ నాట్ దేర్, హౌ ఐ నీడ్ టు క్రియేట్ మీన్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు యూస్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద query it is there. The same thing I am running. This is for the people who does not know anything about database. Okay. EMP underscore test అని పెడతాను ఎందుకంటే EMP అనేది ఆల్రెడీ నా దాంట్లో ఉంది. If I am trying to create with the same name, it may conflict. So I am changing the name for my sake. Okay. I am running this query. The same thing you can copy paste in your black screen as well. ఇక్కడ కూడా మీరు చేయొచ్చు. At the down you can copy paste and you can run it, but this black screen is something it will not appear good. Copy. Okay. Run. Select this. Run it. Automatically left parenthesis. Missing left parenthesis. Where is it? Create table. Okay, let me remove this quotations as well. Department. Okay. Number full name is varchar2. Department is varchar2. Okay. Now let me create this. I'll try to create. Hey, what happened? Am I missing anything? It's not required actually. Let me keep like I'll try to give this some length I'm specifying, so that it can hold that many characters. Okay. See. Okay. For varchar2, when you are giving, try to give some length, otherwise it will fail. So table is created. So this is a query. With this query I have created. See, you can remove that test. Underscore test తీసేయండి మీరు క్రియేట్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు. Okay. And let me select star from లేకపోతే EMP test అనే క్రియేట్ చేయండి. Try to create with EMP test only. Okay. So I will use the same table for our POC. EMP test I will use. Okay. See, now you can see no record. Table create అయింది, మనకి రికార్డ్స్ ఏమీ లేవు. Now my intention is I need to create a record using mule flow use చేసి I have to insert a record into this database. Okay. Mule is middleware. Oracle database is something external. That system వేరు. Okay. So I have installed that in my system and I'm trying to push the data which I am giving from Postman. Postman నుంచి whatever the data I am giving, ID, full name, whatever I am giving, that it has to come to MuleFlow. This MuleFlow has to push the data to database. That is the use case. First. Okay. So for doing that, now I am going back to my.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, here Oracle you have given the 3 softwares, right? So here which one we need to, Oracle is the one folder is there.
Oracle XE అనేది ఉంటుంది. You will have Oracle XE. Oracle XE అని ఉందా?
Oracle ఒక folder ఉందండి. Oracle XE,
Okay.
right?
You have Oracle XE, right?
Yes.
You try to just unzip it. You will find like sleeping fish log ఒక icon ఉంటుంది. Right click on that, run it as administrator, or you just Google like installation of Oracle XE in Google. Or it's just that steps. Just Google like ఇన్స్టలేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఒరాకిల్ ఎక్సీ ఇలా కొట్టండి, మీకు గూగుల్లో దొరుకుతుంది. ఓకే, మీకు ఉంటాయి, యూట్యూబ్స్లో కూడా ఉంటాయి. ఇది చూసి ఫస్ట్ మీరు ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకే, సో ఇక ఇది ఇక్కడ ఉంది చూడండి, దిస్ యూట్యూబ్, ఇది వస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఈ బ్లాక్ స్క్రీన్ ఓపెన్ చేసుకొని విండోస్ ఆర్ క్లిక్ చేసుకుంటే SQL ప్లస్ క్లిక్ చేసుకొని ఫస్ట్ కనెక్ట్ అవ్వండి. యూ షుడ్ గెట్ ద కనెక్టివిటీ సక్సెస్. తర్వాత టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేయండి. దోస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ద స్టెప్స్.
సో ఇక్కడ మీ ఒరాకిల్ ఎక్సీ ఒకటి ఇచ్చారు, ODBC, MySQL, ఈ మూడు 3 సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్ డిఫరెంట్ అండి.
ODBC, MySQL, don't touch anything. Those are jars. Oracle XE is the only. Okay, try to share your screen. I'm making you the presenter so that everybody will listen. I made you the presenter.
No, I am connected to different system.
Oh, okay, fine. See, only Oracle XE is the software of Oracle database. Remaining 2, OJDBC will be there. Inkokati SQL jar will be there. Don't touch anything. Those will be helpful in our POC later on.
Okay. The Oracle software is a file version, or
yeah, it is 11.1. It is old version only, Gopi. Okay. Why? Because it takes less time. It is trial version. It is trial version. Why? Because it occupies less space. So that is the reason I prefer Oracle XE only. If I install Oracle XE for this AnyPoint Studio and for that Oracle database, the system will be very slow.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because AnyPoint Studio itself, it will take 8 GB RAM. So if we are installing anything extra on the top of it, it slows down the system. So that is the reason I prefer only like small piece of database only for our POC purpose. Okay. So today's task is you have to install. During installation, try to give password. After creating the password, third step is check the connectivity. Here I am writing the steps. Okay. For checking the connectivity, check the connectivity. How do you can check the connectivity? For checking the connectivity, what you can do is, so you guys does not have that SQL developer, right? What you can do is Windows icon is there, na? Windows icon plus R. You have to click at a time. Windows R at a time you have to press. In that, after it will display that. It will display that screenshot, and in that you have to give SQL plus. Then what happens? This black screen will appear. The black screen will ask for username, password. Try to give that username. What happened? My system got stuck. Okay, username, password. After doing SQL plus, in the second step, it will ask for username, password. Try to give username and password. So username remains same, sys or sysdba. In most of the cases, username will not change, only password whatever we are giving that. After giving username and password, it has to display the message like connected successfully. Okay, after that try to create this table. These are all today's tasks for you. Create this table and check whether the table is check for table in the sense, just select star from whatever the table name we are giving here. I will work on EMP test only, so try to check the columns of this one. Okay, first ivanta install cheyandi, idantha target system manaki. So in the real time what happens, all these things we will not do. In the technical specification document they will directly give everything, username, password, everything they will give. What we will try to do is directly in our mule flow we will try to connect to that database directly. But as it is a training session, we don't have any target systems, nobody will give us. So we are preparing everything. We are assuming this is my target system, this is my source system. We ourselves are assuming some systems and we are installing them. Okay, till here anybody is having any doubts? ఇక్కడ వరకు ఎవరికైనా ఏదైనా డౌట్ ఉందా? ఎందుకంటే నెక్స్ట్ అంతా మీల్ ఫ్లోస్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం మనం. ఫస్ట్
ఓకే
వీఆర్
అండి.
సెట్టింగ్.
ఓకే అండి, ఇక్కడ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఎర్రర్ వస్తుందండి. దీనికి ఏమైనా మనం సెట్టింగ్స్ చేంజ్ చేయాలండి?
ఏమి వాట్ ఈస్ ఎర్రర్ యూఆర్ ఫేసింగ్?
విండోస్ ఇన్స్టాలర్ సర్వీస్ కుడ్ నాట్ బి యాక్సెస్డ్.
ఓకే, యు ఆర్ నాట్ రన్ యాజ్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్.
Yes,
మీరు
not
రైట్ క్లిక్ చేసి అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్ గా సి వెన్ యు ఆర్ రన్నింగ్ ఎనీ సాఫ్ట్వేర్, don't click on open. Try to, why? Because everybody is having personal PCs, right? Everybody is installing in personal PC. In personal PCs, try to install as run as administrator. If you are working in your office laptops will not allow as an administrator. In that case, you will raise the ticket and you will ask your team to SSD team to install your software. That is in case of office laptop. Okay, the one who does not have admin privileges. In personal laptop, it is our own, na. Try
Yes,
to
yes.
run as administrator, then it removes it.
Okay, I'm doing like that.
Just cancel it and you just try to right
Yes, yes.
click on that fish icon, run as
Yes, yes.
administrator.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I'm doing
now
like
it,
that only.
yes. Okay, this is target system configuration. You may get doubt what we are doing. Okay, today's session is target system. We are configuring, we are making ready. This is one time activity. Okay, so prerequisites, like the prerequisites we have discussed, na, what all the things are required. Database needs to be installed. Second step we have done. I have shared the database table, I have created. So these steps I have completed.
Yeah, run as administrator also same getting same error and
Is it? Why so? Others anyone can try. Kiran, Krishna, unnara meer system దగ్గరే? Gopi.
I'm using my existing one only, MySQL Workbench.
Okay, so Kiran, you don't have any issue. How about Gopi, Krishna? Are you there in your systems? Are you just? I want to understand whether only Santosh is getting that error or and others are also getting it.
And the software setups you have sent, are those specific to Windows?
Huh. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, mine is Mac, so anyways, I have to download it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I forgot to tell. So Santosh, what is your Windows? Is it Linux or
in the Windows 10 64-bit.
64-bit? Then you should not face that issue. Okay, Kiran, I think you are perfect. Krishna, Guru, Gopi, these guys has to confirm. Just
Actually, I haven't received any. I know the software from. Okay.
Guru, have you given your Gmail ID?
Yeah, I have given Gmail.
Okay. Try to connect with the administrator once. Srinivas is there, na? Try to connect with him post this class. Okay. So you are from Mohansh only, right?
Yeah.
Mohansh means Srinivas. Try to connect your admin once. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think Krishna, how about you? I don't think they are doing parallelly. That's okay. That's fine. Santosh will check. Try to figure out. Okay. మనం separate గా connect అవుదాం. అందరికి అదే ఇష్యూ వస్తున్నారు ఏదో. I have to cross check, right? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So first try to listen. Okay. First this is the target system configuration we have done. Now what is our in our POC, what is the things, 3 flows we have created, 3 flows we made it ready. Now we have to connect it to that database. Now we have to establish that. Okay, so first we will be working on create flow. So create flow, I am trying to configure it now. Go back to your Anypoint Studio. Create flow, I have to do it. So this set listener is only for checking whether the flows are running properly or not. So let me kill this instance as it was started yesterday. So just I am killing it. Okay, this set payload is not required. Okay, I am removing it now. Okay, first as soon as the request comes over here,
We are not able to see your
I'll try
screen.
to. Is it? I'm sharing now. How about others?
I can see it. Now I can't.
No. I just unshared. I'm just resetting.
Yeah,
Now
I
you
was
could see
able
it,
to.
everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think you have some net issue here. Okay. So as soon as I am giving the request, I want to first print it on the console. Print it on the console. Okay. First I want to print it. Print it on the console. So for doing that, what we can do is we have a component called logger. So what this logger will do? So in this POC, lot many activities we will be introducing. Okay. So what this logger will do? This logger, whatever the input I am getting, whatever the input I am giving from the postman, that input it will try to display it on our server console. For printing the input in the server console, we have to configure this logger. In the logger, as I said, just activate that fx and try to keep it as payload. The meaning of payload is whatever the input I am getting, that I will be calling it as request payload. Whatever the response it will go back to the listener is nothing but response payload. Here payload is nothing but the data which mail flow is receiving. So don't confuse with the payload. Payload is nothing but it is just a data which the mail flow is going to receive. Okay, so just whatever I'm sending from there, I'm just trying to publish it on the console, so that slowly I will enhance this flow. Slowly I will just increase the flow complexity. Okay, so what I'll try to do, I made a change, so I'll try to deploy the project. Okay, and later on I'll try to give the payload. Okay, so just I'm looking for JSON format. Okay, JSON format input I have to give from postman, right? So for that I'm just modifying input. I'm preparing my input. In the real time, what happens? Actually this comes from the source system. SAP వాళ్ళు ఏదైతే హిట్ చేస్తారో మనకి JSON లాగా వస్తుంది. In real time, that is what it will happen. Okay, so what I'll try to do, I will not keep these many records as it confuses us. So I'll remove all the records. Okay, I'll remove all the records. Only 2 records I'll try to push. One is first record, second record is this. I assume like I am getting okay. Let me keep this one only. Direct 1-to-1 mapping we will try to keep for now, and later on we will try to change the input parameters. Okay, So these two are the records. This is the input payload which I have framed. Okay, so now let me deploy this. It is deployed. Okay, it is deployed, and I could see the 3 flows are up and running, successfully started. So I'll go back to my this thing. Create is the thing. In the Postman, go to body, click on raw, check your input as JSON. That means you are saying like your input will get in the form of JSON. So that this is a JSON format. This actually the square brackets indicates that it is holding multiple records. If the square bracket is not there, means it indicates, if I remove the square brackets, it indicates like only one record is going to receive. If we are keeping the square brackets, means the meaning is multiple records. This is one record, this is one record. Multiple records we are going to get. Okay. So what I'll try to do, I don't want to confuse you. Only one record I'll try to insert. Okay. I'll try to insert only one record as of now. I'll just remove it. Only after later on we will slowly increase the complexity. Multiple records we will try to push it. Okay. This is the JSON format. Control C. Now in this way we have to keep. Okay. We have to keep, and I am hitting the create flow. So what happens? The flow will come, and here it displays. See, whatever I am giving here in the mule server, it is displaying. That means I came to know like, okay, my mule flow has listened that request and it is trying to stamp it. So this logger, so log story short, this logger can be used for logging the messages. It could be input message, it could be any message. See, after keeping few more activities, I will keep some loggers. So what this logger will help? Logger will help to check the data at particular point. సో మనకేంటి లాగర్ అనేది ఏమీ చేయదు, ఇక్కడ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఏమీ లేదు, అది లాజిక్ ఏమీ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయదు, అది సర్వర్ మీద మనకి డిస్ప్లే అవ్వడానికి మాత్రమే యూజ్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే మనం ఇన్ ద రియల్ టైమ్ వి విల్ బి డూయింగ్ వెరీ లాంగ్ ఫ్లోస్. సో సమ్ టైమ్స్ యూ విల్ ఫీల్ లైక్, okay, after 10 activities, how the data is looking, how the data appears, so that you want to check, that you want to see. So at that time you should have some privilege, right? That privilege is nothing but logger. If you keep logger after 10 activities, at that point, at that stage, what is the data, you can able to see it on the screen. Are you guys are clear?
And the payload we added in the expression, that will log basically just the body. Payload is basically means whatever we are sending in the body, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, request payload. So that terminology is something like request payload, and in the Postman what it is getting back, it is response payload, we can say. Okay, so actually this we should not get it, because in the response body. So last time I have told you, in the listener actually you have responses, right? In the responses we are keeping it as payload. So what it is happening, the same it is reverting back. Okay. So each and every activity, now how it behaves when we enhance our API, you will understand. Okay, so this is how you, okay, I am receiving the payload now perfectly. Okay, I am happy with that. Now what is my next step? My next step is my mule flow is running up and running. It is able to receive the data. It is able to print the data in the console as well. That is fine. Just I have cross verified if everything is working fine. Now my intention is I have to push this data to database. For doing that, what we need to do? We have a connector called database connector. So just type like a database. So in the database, insert database, in the database you could see like it is insert is there. Try to drag and drop that insert. Just keep it over here. So you are pushing the data into the target system, you are trying to insert. So it is nothing but insert is nothing but create data. Create data in the target system. Why? Because my target system here now is database only na. Create data. Right? I have just renamed it for our understanding purpose. Now here is the location. See, this is our separate connector. Just separately I am looking whether my in the database whether data is there or not. So SQL developer నేను ఎందుకు యూస్ చేశాను ఇక్కడ మనకి here no one is there, no target system is there. I have created my own target system. So I am checking whether it is created or not through SQL developer. That is fine. SQL developer ద్వారా నేను table create అయిందా లేదా చూసుకుంటున్నాను అంతే. I'm just checking whether my SQL table is created or not through SQL developer. But what is my intention? My intention is through mule flow, it has to go and it has to insert the data into this table. Okay. So for doing that, try to establish the connection first. Here also you will be doing it. Okay. But here what happens is in the mule, it asks, I have shared you the software. Now in the software you might have seen the jars. See, Oracle connection. Here my database Oracle connection. So I just give it. The port name is by default. If anybody is installing our database means it will be 1521 only for Oracle. Now try to give it as localhost and try to give your username. Okay. Here is XC is my thing I have given. Okay. Before establishing what it is expecting, our mule flow is expecting some driver. So that driver already I have shared in your drives. Okay. Go to see the one who is using MySQL. I think Kiran is using MySQL. You have to take this connector. The persons who are using Oracle, who has installed Oracle, those persons has to take this jar. Try to browse this jar. Try to click on OK. So we have uploaded the jar. Now we have to test the connection. So Mule API always expects the target system jar. Okay. If you are connecting to Oracle database, it's a jar driver. Definitely it will ask for a driver. Any other database. So in the real time, what happens is like these jars will be given by them only. No, we don't need to worry on that. So as here no one is there, we are only grabbing everything. We are only trying to pull all the details. Okay. Now the connection is established. Here, okay. Now we have to insert the data inside the database. So that means you need to write some query. So in Mule, how we should write for inserting the data, that we need to try to understand. Normally if you want to insert the data into database, what you will do? Normally you will write like insert into table name normal through SQL, Oracle SQL, or what we can say through database. We will try to do like this ID and what you will do ఏం చేస్తారు మీరు నార్మల్గా త్రూ ఒరాకిల్ డేటాబేస్ ద్వారా అయితే జస్ట్ నార్మల్లీ you'll just okay 1 comma Sai. Run this query. ఏంటి త్రూ ఒరాకిల్ డేటాబేస్ మీరు SQL యూస్ చేసేది ఇలా ఉంటుంది. కాలమ్ నాట్ అలౌడ్ హియర్. వాట్ హ్యాపెన్? Insert into table values. IT department. What happened here? What happened? Full name department. అంతే కదా. Column not allowed here. I guess that is what the insert query is. Just I am trying to see insert into table name, column names. That is what we have done, na?
What if we don't give column name, just insert into table name and then values?
Might be. You are saying like remove this?
Yes, yeah, we can try that.
Yeah. Usually it has to work. Some
Weird.
mistake is there. Weird behavior.
It worked for me though.
It worked for you. It is not working for me. Yeah. Insert into table name values. Okay, this also we tried, na?
Yeah.
Okay. What I have to do now? It is not case sensitive. It has to work. Values. Okay. It is integer. It is number. So definitely I should not give in quotations. So it is varchar. So I have to give in the varchar only. Strange, yeah. Seriously. One row inserted. Okay. Double quotations it has not taken. Okay. While we are inserting the query, I think double quotations it will not take.
For me, it took double quotation. Maybe it depend on the whatever we are using.
Whatever. Yes. Yeah. So this is inserted through. This record is inserted through SQL query. And SQL query ద్వారా మనం ఇలా చేస్తాం. But how we have to use this query in our mule flow for inserting the data, that we need to understand. So and one more thing is like, see here I have given static values. One Sai IT, I have given the values directly. But in my mule flow I don't want to give static values. I want dynamic values. Whatever I am giving in the postman, see for example if I am giving Nitya, if I am giving like it is like finance, it has to go these details. So static value is not. So whatever here I am giving, that dynamically it has to grab it and it has to go. Okay. So for doing that, what configuration we need to do over here, that we need to understand. Okay. So I'll see I can go ahead by doing it, but most of the people have not installed the database yet. So if I'm going like this, you may not understand. So for today I'll stop here only, just for waiting for you guys to install SQL. Kiran, I'm okay with you. Why? Because you are using your MySQL, so I don't have any problem with you. Gopi, Santosh, Guru, you guys has to do it, right?
I will do it tomorrow. I got a distraction with that.
Yes. Follow these instructions and try to do it. Why? Because I can tell off. See, the actual mule is going to start from here. So how we have to send the input parameters, how we need to set the dynamic values, everything we have to discuss. First you try to install, you make your target system ready. Try to work along with me, then only uh, you persons will gain the knowledge. As I said, only this week it will be like classes will be bit slow. Today and tomorrow. From Monday it will be bit fast. You have to cope up. Again and again I'm telling you. Okay?
I have one question.
Yes.
So we added different listeners, right? For
Yes.
listeners, all we gave is how the path will look like, create or whatever. We
Yes.
didn't mention anywhere it's a get or post or a put. So how is it is taking every type?
I will come to that point. By default in the MIME type, what happens is like by default in general, by default it will be get and post. If you see here, by default allowed method is get and post. Automatically the endpoint studio will take it. But that is not the right way. We have to mention. If you are getting any data from database, if you are getting something, then you have to use get. If you are inserting data into database, you have to use post. So definitely it matters. We have to use it. So as I am creating the record, my intention is I have to create the data in the database. So I am posting my message. So I have to use post method. So while calling, I have used post only.
Okay, that makes sense. And what's the MIME type? Like we can cover
MIME type,
later.
see here I am giving JSON, right? So here,
Hmm.
so in the API level, you are restricting here. You are restricting. See, sometimes some people what they will do, even though they are selecting as JSON, some other junk data they will try to send. So what our API should do, our API should not allow to move further.
Yeah.
It is like it impacts API performance, right? So we will be restricting by selecting, hey, my API will accept only JSON. Don't try to give anything else. If you are trying to give anything, it will throw the error itself there itself.
Okay.
So at the mule API level, you are restricting, hey, నేను only JSON I will take only JSON. Other than that JSON, don't send any text messages. If you are sending anything, I'm not going to process your request. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So and tomorrow we will be configuring this and we will try to end off this, and after we will complete our remaining flows as well. If time permits, tomorrow we will do everything. I'll make you also to do. So what is my suggestion is try to be up to date. Till today if you work not, tomorrow along with me only you can fasten up. So the difference between you and me is you have not installed the software set. I have installed everything. That is the only difference. So let us to be sync. We will be in sync and then we'll do parallelly. Okay. So parallelly what you can do is like okay, tomorrow I will give the homework. Anyhow, day after tomorrow and Sunday will be there, right? So tomorrow I will give some homework for your weekend. Tomorrow we will discuss all these 3 flows. We will complete, and one POC tomorrow I will give you as a homework. Others, please try to install everything. That is what my request is. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Chalo, okay then. Bye. Santosh, try to look that issue. Okay.
Yes,
Might
yes,
be your
sure.
system is restricting somewhere. Try to wipe off that. If not, tomorrow post class we'll try to see. Okay.
Okay, okay, sure.
Okay. Okay. Bye everything. Bye everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye.